Jeopardy. Fans can get really angry when a clue can cause someone to lose for reasons outside of the norm. One example of that happened this week when many said that Ken Jennings' pronunciation caused a player to lose, and they felt it wasn't fair. Here is a look at what happened and why fans were disappointed with Ken for the outcome of the game. On a recent episode of Jeopardy, the final Jeopardy question caused many fans to speak out about the unfairness of the entire situation. The question cost the defending champion the win he needed to make the Tournament of Champions, and fans blamed Ken Jennings for the loss. Returning champion Stevie Ruiz came into Thursday's episode on a 2-day winning streak. Thanks to this season's tough breaks and a lack of long-term winners, he only needed 3 wins to get into the Tournament of Champions. He didn't make it, losing in the final round to a controversial question. Stevie played against Liz Adilio, a business support analyst from Garwood, New Jersey, and Dave Bond, a retired grant writer from West Henrietta, New York. Stevie struggled in the game and was even accused of not hunting for enough daily doubles, which cost him a chance to take a big lead via Reddit. When Dave got the last daily double, Stevie was at a disadvantage. Heading into Final Jeopardy, Dave had $25,200. Stevie had $12,000 and Lisa had $2,400. The final question category was brand names. Ken Jennings read the final clue to the players. They've been described as having the unique scent of slightly earthy soap with pungent, leather-like clay undertones. This clue ended up as a triple stumper, and none of the players got it right. The answer was, what are Crayola crayons? Dave bet only $200 and finished with $25,000. Stevie came in second with $7,201, and Lisa finished with $2,000. However, fans were angry about the final clue. Here are some examples of their comments. How did that last clue get approved? It was word salad and completely biased and opinion-based? There's no way anyone would have known that. I'd be livid if I was a contestant. They have to attribute the quoted description in the FJ clue to some source, rather than just have the host give it after the fact. Really weak FJ. No factual information to go on. Just someone else's description of a subjective sensory experience? Boo. Another person said that Ken Jennings pronounced the word crayon as crayon. That was something that many people agreed with. The popular quiz show Jeopardy has been a beloved institution for decades, renowned for its intellectual challenges and strict adherence to rules. However, fans recently found themselves embroiled in a heated debate about fairness when an episode aired that left some viewers pointing fingers not at the contestants or questions, but at the show's host, Ken Jennings. The controversy? Alleged mispronunciation. In the episode in question, a contestant's response was ruled incorrect, though it seemed they provided a nearly accurate answer. Fans alleged that Ken Jennings' own pronunciation of a clue had set the contestant up for failure. The situation spiraled into a lively online discourse, with social media lighting up as viewers dissected the incident frame by frame and syllable by syllable. During a double Jeopardy round, the clue came from the World Geography category and read, "This Asian country, whose name means Land of the Pure, gained independence in 1947. The correct answer, of course, was, what is Pakistan? However, the contestant answered, what is Pakistan? While the pronunciation was phonetically accurate in certain dialects, Jennings ruled the response incorrect, clarifying that the show's standard pronunciation was Pakistan with a short a sound. This decision cost the contestant a crucial wager, and they ultimately finished in second place, missing out on advancing to the next round. Fans, especially those familiar with non-American accents, were quick to question whether the ruling was fair. Many pointed out that Jennings himself may have inadvertently influenced the contestant's pronunciation through his own reading of the clue. One of the main criticisms raised by fans was the inconsistency in how Jeopardy enforces its pronunciation rules. While the show does emphasize the importance of correct pronunciation, it has also historically shown leniency for regional accents or variations. Viewers highlighted past instances where contestants were credited for answers that deviated slightly from the conventional American pronunciation, arguing that this instance was no different. The debate became particularly charged on social media platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Reddit. Some users accused Jennings of exhibiting unconscious bias, suggesting that his American accent may have unfairly influenced his interpretation of the contestant's response. Ken Jennings is a great host, but he should have known better here. One user wrote, "The contestant wasn't wrong, they just said it differently." Another chimed in, How can you penalize someone for saying a name the way it's actually said in that country? Feels like the show's rules need a serious update. Not everyone was critical of Jennings, however. Many fans rushed to his defense, arguing that he was simply following the show's long-established rules. According to the Jeopardy rulebook, contestants' answers must align with what is considered standard pronunciation in American English unless the clue specifies otherwise. I think people are overreacting, one Reddit user commented. The rules have always been clear. It's not Ken's fault the contestant took a risk with an alternate pronunciation. Others pointed out that hosting a show like Jeopardy comes with immense pressure, especially given the scrutiny that comes with being the successor to Alex Trebek, the show's legendary former host. Jennings himself has been open about the challenges of stepping into Trebek's shoes, and this incident only highlights the microscope he operates under. This isn't the first time Jeopardy has faced backlash over pronunciation issues. In 2013, a 12-year-old contestant made headlines after his answer, Emancipation Proclamation, was ruled incorrect because he added an extra syllable, saying emancipation. Similarly, a contestant in 2021 lost money for pronouncing Ewan McGregor as UN instead of UN, sparking another wave of fan outrage. These incidents are a recurring tension between the show's emphasis on precision and the diverse linguistic backgrounds of its contestants. For a show that prides itself on celebrating knowledge, fans argue there should be more room for inclusivity when it comes to language. At the heart of this controversy is a broader question about how Jeopardy balances tradition with modernity. The show has long been praised for its strict rules and intellectual rigor, but some fans argue that its adherence to these standards sometimes veers into rigidity. As society becomes more globally connected, audiences are increasingly sensitive to cultural and linguistic nuances. The pronunciation debate highlights how a seemingly minor issue can have significant implications for a contestant's success and for the show's reputation. There's a difference between being precise and being pedantic. One viewer wrote on X, Jeopardy needs to figure out where it stands in the 21st century. While Ken Jennings has yet to make a formal statement about this specific incident, he has addressed similar criticisms in the past. In interviews, Jennings has emphasized that as a host, he relies heavily on the guidance of the show's producers and judges. Decisions about whether an answer is correct or incorrect are not made unilaterally by the host, but are instead the result of a collaborative effort behind the scenes. Jennings' measured approach has earned him praise for his professionalism, but it also means he often becomes the face of controversial rulings, even when they aren't entirely his call. In the wake of the controversy, some fans have suggested that Jeopardy could use this moment as an opportunity to reevaluate its rules. Proposals include introducing more flexibility for non-American pronunciations or providing contestants with clearer guidelines before taping.